That's how the video starts, right there. It's Jason and welcome back to the channel. I've got Victoria with me today. This is the first time you've ever seen Victoria on my channel, but Victoria, she's got her own story. First of all, Victoria, where can we find you on Instagram?
My Instagram is victoria.gomm.
Fantastic. So, Victoria's got a little story and it's gonna go right into what I'm talking about in this behind the scenes video today. And so, Victoria, you're 16?
Yes, I'm 16 years old.
16. So Victoria is a local model here in San Antonio. She literally started 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. And so I actually worked with her. I shot her one time at an event for like high school, like a meet and greet. Yeah, it was a pep squad thing. And so, and then I did a couple shoots with you last year for your high school cheerleader. She was a cheerleader on their high school team. And so, you know, we kind of stayed in contact that way or whatever, but she reached out to me at the end of the school year and she's like, hey, I absolutely love modeling. What do I need to do to get into it? And so I gave her a little bit of advice and then she just took that and just hit the ground running. So if you don't mind, tell a little bit about what you actually did. And I'm just gonna hold this right here.
Okay. So the first thing I did was I already had kind of known some photographers from before. Like I'd known you, I'd known Robin Jansky. So I contacted the photographers I did know and just other photographers I'd seen online, people I thought could be helpful. And I just contacted them asking for tips. I told them, I'm new into modeling. I really don't know what to do. Like just give me any tips. Tell me like who to talk to, what to do, what to attend, like, you know. And from there it kind of just like skyrocketed. Like I got lots of responses. I also got a lot of people that didn't respond, but the ones that did respond are the ones that obviously like helped me the most and just kind of like gave me a guideline on what to do.
So what was your, and I know this isn't a full-on interview here, but what was your thought process in, because you explained it to me a second ago, in reaching out to people? What was your thought process like?
The worst they could say is no. I mean, if they say no, if you don't ask, it's already a no.
Right, that's fantastic.
Might as well ask.
So yeah, so we're gonna call it May. We're gonna call it like mid-May. It was either right before the end of the school year or right after the end of the school year, where she reached out to me and she asked me these questions. And again, I gave her some advice and she reached out to some other photographers and they gave her advice. And then like, I think it was probably late June, I see this young lady and she's like modeling local boutiques clothing on the local news stations. I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like, she's done runway stuff already. She's working with local Models of Texas, I think is the organization that she's done a lot of stuff with. So the video is, it's a hustle. Whether you're a model or you're a photographer or whatever it is that you're interested in, it's a hustle. And as Victoria's done it, and as I did it on my second attempt, you can't make this happen without jumping in full force, right? Her thing was, what's the worst they can say is no. Real quick, when I decided to get back into this, I finally felt like I was good at what I was doing. And so one of the things that I actually did, because I wanted to get my name out there, was I reached out to local broadcasters. Mainly because I was a broadcaster in the Air Force. And so I reached out to like local news stations, some of the news ladies, the news anchors, that kind of stuff. And I said, hey, I'm a photographer here in San Antonio. Would you like to shoot? It's a free shoot. I'm just trying to kind of build up my brand, my name. And my thought was, what's the worst they can say? And I didn't get no's. The first 3 were yeses. And they just like helped jumpstart everything for me. And so I am like super proud. Man, I just keep seeing her stuff and I'm like, I keep seeing her work and with other photographers and I'm like, dude, we're not doing it yet. And so I reached out after your latest post and I was like, hey, you ready to work with me yet? And she said, yes. So here we are. And it's a super long intro, but man, it's important to know that you can't halfway do this thing. You just got to go in. Like when I first started way back when, I just opened the door. I didn't really know what I was actually doing. You have to go all the way in. And so I'm just going to kind of talk about that behind the scenes. We've got beautiful sunset happening, a couple different looks, and we're going to try to get through all of the looks if we can and have fun doing it, yeah? And create some beautiful photos. Let's do it. So We're right here, getting ready to shoot. We've got sun hitting her kind of just like this. She's coming right across the face on the chest. I've got my light kind of coming in the same direction to kind of mimic that. But I've got this ugly, and you might not be able to see an ugly sign over here. So I'm basically limiting myself on how to do this. But the wind's also going this way, and she's got this long hair, so we need to make sure that she's not fighting with the wind. So can we actually go hair off the front shoulder? Yeah, and then you'll just, yeah. There we go. You got just a couple more hairs on over the top over here on the, yeah, perfect. So the hustle, let's talk about it. It's a hustle, and it's called a hustle for a reason. Like, you literally got to be out there doing it. And I've mentioned this before in past episodes, when I really started hitting the ground running with this, I literally shot probably 5 times a week. 4 times minimum, 5 times a week. I was out there all the time. Yes, that required me to shoot free, that required me to shoot collabs, that required me to TFP, all of that stuff, but you have to get a portfolio, right? And so I've had people ask, well, how do you get a portfolio in senior photography? How do you get a portfolio in this or that, or whatever it may be? Man, you gotta shoot it. There's no other way than to actually just get out there and shoot it. Just like Victoria's doing on the modeling side. She wanted to do it. Freaking, how many 16-year-olds are gonna be like, dude, I wanna do this, and then 2 months later, they're freaking on television? Like, that's freaking insane to me. That's fantastic. You can't just want something and expect it to happen. You have to put in that sweat work. I remember thinking, I'm good enough. Why aren't people booking with me? Well, nobody even knew who I was, and people still don't know who I am. So there's plenty of other people out there. There's plenty of people that are worse photographers than me, that have got better business models than me, that are booking more than I do. That's not what it's about. You have to literally get out there and make a name for yourself. And so for me, part of my hustle was I needed to get on Instagram. So I basically switched my Instagram from personal to photography. And I just started pushing photos. And literally I was pushing brand new content every day, like literally every day. And it worked. My account started growing. I started getting more traction. I mentioned before that I worked with some local broadcasters, but my thought was, they've got an influence. So every one of those people that I reached out to basically had like 15 to 20,000 followers. They have an influence that can actually help me. Did I get jobs off of that? A little bit. I did get a lot of traction off of it because I'm posting pictures of people that people know. And so that was something that really helped me. But literally I was posting brand new content every day. You guys all know I'm a senior photographer. And so what I really needed to do was I needed senior content. I can't just be posting models and expect to work with seniors. And so that's where I developed a senior modeling program. And I started with one senior in my very first year. But I literally was shooting her as often as I could just to have content. The cool thing is my daughter was also like 18 at that time. She had best friends who were like a year older, a couple years younger. And so I had some built-in models, if you want to say that. Like, they weren't models, but they helped me build a portfolio. That hustle was every day, thinking photography every day. Now, it helps if you actually love it. It helps if this is something that you truly want to do. If you're not fully invested in it, then maybe find something that you want to do, and maybe this is just a fun hobby for you. You got to get out there and you got to make it happen. Like, you cannot expect people to just come to you. Like, if they don't know you, you can't expect that. The photography market is oversaturated with good, bad, intermediate photographers. And so you can't just expect, just because you are good, that you're going to get business. You have to actually go out and pound the floor and get that business. So like, YouTube has kind of been not really a side hustle for me, but it's been something that I've kind of wanted to do. But now, like 2.5 years in, I'm like, I need to either really get serious with the YouTube thing, or am I just going to keep doing it the way that I've been doing it? And what I am trying to figure out is how to get back into the hustle mode, but for my YouTube channel. So that's kind of where I've been hinting at more content's coming. Part of me is like, I gotta voice it and say it so that it becomes a reality for me, but I can't lay back and expect my YouTube channel to grow and that influence to grow. I have to make it grow. And so I've actually shot a lot more YouTube videos just over the last 3 weeks than I've shot in a long time. They all need to be edited, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to, it's hard because I was in that mode for a long time, and then I kind of got out of that mode and I kind of got content. You know, it's like Rocky Balboa back in the day. You know, he gets to the champion, he becomes the world champ or whatever, and then he starts letting go and Mr. T beats him up. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Not that Mr. T is beating me up, but I'm in that like, hey, I know every time I go out I can get good photos. But is that where I want to be, or do I want to keep getting better? And you know, I know that I can get a behind the scenes photo or behind the scenes video with my channel. Apparently I'm not very good because I forgot to hit record. But do I just want it to be that, or do I want it to get better? And I want it to get better. So I've got some things that are kind of like lining up in the background that I'm hopefully going to be announcing soon, if I haven't already announced it by the time this video is out. But yeah, man, it's a hustle, it's a work. You don't get a lot of time off, but then when you're doing something that you absolutely love, like what I'm doing, I don't feel like it's a lot of work. I still get tired. I actually had a cancellation for tomorrow, and I like, thank you, Jesus. I needed a day off. All right, so Victoria's almost done, and we're about ready to go shoot. 1, 2, 3, beautiful. 2 and 3, gorgeous. 2 and 3, fantastic. Love that, beautiful. Oh, yep. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, gorgeous, and turn. So all the hair over that back shoulder for me. Just, you can bring it around. Other way. There we go, yeah. Oh, actually, give me that, kind of like that lean down so it just kind of falls right there. Yeah, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, beautiful. 2 and 3, head tilt back this way. Gorgeous. And now play kind of up where you were, similar poses on this side. Yes, love that. Dude, these are gorgeous, Victoria. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna shoot right through these grasses here. 1, 2, 3. Cutting off her boots. Beautiful, eyes up to the sky. Gorgeous. And then we'll go straight back to me here, and then just kind of that lean. Yeah. Shooting all natural, y'all. Beautiful, last one. Good, let's go. So for me, being a senior shooter, a dancer, or a dance shooter, I should say, those were the types of clients that I was looking for in my hustle, right? And so maybe that's not you. Maybe you're a wedding photographer, maybe you're a couples photographer, maternity, little ones, newborns, that type of stuff. The same method applies. You have to actually go out and shoot. You have to go out and work. People aren't going to just come to you. So you've got to actually go out, pound the ground, and make it happen. Make people know who you are. And that's the important part of the hustle. That's exactly what Victoria's been doing. She's reached out to photographers. She's reached out to the model organizations and stuff like that. She didn't just be like, hey, I'm pretty, I want to model, people are going to come to me. That's not how this works. You actually have to go out and knock on doors, open doors, walk through those doors, and don't let no be your stop. Go all the way. If this is what you want to do, you have to go all in. Again, I've mentioned it before. When I first started, way back in the day, I picked up the camera. I kind of knew a little bit what I was doing, but I sucked. I'll admit that. I sucked. But I didn't go out and shoot unless somebody was booking me to shoot. But nobody was booking me to shoot because my work wasn't good, and my work wasn't good because I wasn't actually out there shooting. You see how that circle works? So like if I actually was out there shooting and getting better, then maybe people might notice my work more. But that's not what I was doing. And so there would be times where I would go like a month without picking up the camera. Dude, you're not gonna get any better that way. You're not gonna build a business that way. So you have to actually put pavement to the road, whatever the saying is. I keep messing it all up. It doesn't matter. You literally have to get out there and do the work. I absolutely, and you probably can tell, hopefully you can tell, I absolutely love what I do. You got to do it. You can't just lay back and wait. You know, there's, not that I'm putting myself on the level of professional athlete, but you can't tell me that these professional athletes, I'm going to go back with Michael Jordan because he's from my day. You can't tell me that that dude just waited around. Like, you know the famous story. Dude was cut from his high school basketball team, his varsity basketball team. And he's like, nope, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be the best one, and he's gonna regret cutting me. And the world now knows who Michael Jordan is because he basically got cut from his JV team. You have to go out there and be the Michael Jordan of whatever it is you're gonna do. You have to constantly do it. You have to get better. You know, that's the thing that I tell people the most. If you wanna get better, the best way to do it is to do it. You have to literally just do it all the time. Whether it's shooting, editing, lighting, whatever it is that you want to get better at, you have to do it consistently or you're not going to get better at it. All right, man. What'd you think? Did you have fun?
I had fun, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Dude, she's freaking incredible, man. 16, modeling 3 months. I gave a little bit of guidance on her posing, that much. Fantastic work, fantastic work. Y'all, I'm telling you, I've been preaching this whole video, well, the times that I remember. Get out there and do it, y'all. Just get out there and do it like she's doing it. She's like literally thinking modeling all the time. She was a cheerleader on her varsity team, and she decided, you know what? I want to do the modeling thing. I want to try it. So she gave up the cheerleading, and you know, that's hard. That's a tough decision when you're that old. And so I think it's very awesome, very cool, and hopefully you'll get to see Victoria on the channel again. Be sure to give her a follow, let her know how she did. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, and until next time, keep shooting or modeling if it's Victoria. All right, thank you.